This operation is a family operation, and we all work together, and we really care about it. The farm has been in my husband's family for 6 generations.
We want that product to look amazing and be the best, so if you buy it, you know, well, that's from Lennox Farm, I don't have to worry about any problems. So we've been getting workers from Trinidad since 1968 when the program started. I think it was March 18th I was supposed to have 2 guys come up, and March 16th is when they closed the borders and everything, and that was it for me. I was like, we're screwed.
And from that day, we haven't had a day off.
So today we're heading to Lennox Farms. I was working through what to do during COVID, and I started photographing people through their windows, and through these series of portraits I connected with Jeanette and Brian. It was just amazing wealth of knowledge in regards to like how the farm runs and how food grows and what our food system looks like on a very high level.
I had a few upset customers. It's a pandemic, man. I can only do what I can do. That's my favorite line now. They closed the border for the country for guys to come out of. So we're screwed. Like, we're putting stuff in the ground thinking it's not gonna get picked. Like, what are we gonna do?
So one of the big problems we're having on the farm is finding employees. The government has been really good at handing out money to Canadians who are struggling during this time and don't have a job, but that's really hurting us because we have lots of work and no one willing to work. We have lots of jobs, but why would you come to the farm and work really, really hard when you can sit at home and earn, you know, a decent wage? We're depending on teenagers and migrant workers because no one will work, and they're like, well, you need to pay more. Well, then is anyone willing to pay more for food? Our food is so cheap in Canada, so we have to hire people who are efficient. We need help, and Canadians aren't willing to do the job, so we need to bring in workers to support our farms and keep them running.
We had some great students here, but just efficiencies and work ethic, these guys just blow them out of the water, you know.
They're also really skilled and talented and trained, and you know, they're a really, really great workforce.
With them not working, everything is way more expensive because we don't have like the ability to get as much food and like harvest as much. So obviously having them here and working is a benefit to pretty well everybody.
We call them migrant workers or offshore workers. They're really our family, so we don't talk about them like that. They're like part of our family.
Yeah, these guys have been family. Like, I've grown up with them my whole life. They've been to our wedding, they share kids' stories, we do everything with them.
You know, they are good to our kids, and we cook meals for each other, and like we're really close.
They're like family to us. They've been nice to us, so we love working for them.
I can buy equipment to do jobs, but all our jobs are hand labor, and these guys, like I said, they're the biggest asset on the farm. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be doing it.
I'll wake up at 6, get up, get ready, make my breakfast, get here at 7. The Trinidad guys are already out here picking, which is crazy. They put my work to shame, I can say that. To put that in perspective, I pick about 22 pounds, they'll pick about 60, 70. So, yeah.
We begin tonight with a call to action across this country to protect migrant workers and other non-permanent residents.
Activists say the pandemic has highlighted how vulnerable this group is.
Ontario Premier Doug Ford is denouncing racism against migrant workers.
Let me tell the people that ever have a racial slur those vegetables you're eating is because of these migrant workers.
When we're talking about the food supply in Canada, what people are most concerned about, what governments have shown most concern about, is about protecting industry interests and not workers.
What's odd is that despite the largest and most sudden jump in unemployment in Canadian history, it's got to be far larger than the day after the 1929 stock market crash, for example, Trudeau officially announces he's bringing in more foreigners.
We have a lot of negative public opinion about bringing in offshore workers or migrant workers.
On the Tuesday morning when these guys started, I posted a picture and said, welcome back, blah, blah, blah. I got fucking torn apart by this one lady.
And that's really disheartening because we are a part of this community and our family is a part of this community and our business is a part of this community and everything we do supports the community.
So I think that was just a big uproar about nothing, like people who don't know what they're talking about trying to like form an opinion and start things.
Ignorance. Like I think a lot of people don't understand. They don't know why we have those workers, why we need offshore workers, or how they support it.
They're extremely helpful too. Like when I started doing this, I wasn't exactly great at it, and they would, whenever they'd go by me, they'd stop, give me a tip, like help me out a little bit. So they're great guys, the nicest guys you'll meet in the world.
They're like the backbone to the agriculture industry.
So when someone comes at you on Instagram, it's probably pretty infuriating.
Yeah, I kind of give up because you can't argue with them.
And I think there's racism, a lot of racism. So a lot of offshore workers are black or dark skin, and I think there's a lot of racism still.
To support my family, because this is the land of opportunity. We love coming working in Canada.
To prepare to come to Canada, what did you have to do?
Yeah, we take it very seriously. We have to quarantine 14 days, wash your hands, use the sanitizer, stay 6 feet apart, and that we did. We had to be safe. We can't bring in no sickness, nothing, right?
And we would never jeopardize, our safety, our community safety, our friends and neighbors. That's really sad that someone would say that.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome to our home, our farm workers. So, we now entering from the back of the house. It's our kitchen area. Our TV room, exit outside. Okay, so this is one of the guys' room. This is one of the next guy room. A little bit messy, but it's fine. This is the basement. And that's about it. Hope it was great.
You come here, you work hard, you save your money, you go home, make yourself happy, make your family happy.
Almost every single farm around was short-staffed.
Like you talk to everyone and they have 30 to 50% less workers. Yeah. So you can see why food is getting expensive.
Yeah. So many Canadians are now out of work because of COVID. So why are you letting all these?
Where are those Canadians? We have teenagers working. They're working really, really hard, but they could sit at home and make more money from government subsidies than working for us.
A lot of Canadians and people don't want to work these jobs because obviously they're not crazy easy, and they hear like farm work and they think like, oh, that's hard labor, and like I'd rather just sit at home and take my CERB checks and stuff like that.
Like human beings, just the funny behaviors and the funny things that they do, and I don't know. I think it's the people that make me shake my head.
Our boss, them is work real hard. Some them will work till morning till night sometimes.
We eat, sleep, and live fucking work right now.
Yeah.
Demand for food, everyone still needs to eat, and grocery stores are still running, so that's still going to happen. But you worry because the prices are skyrocketing, and how can people afford that? And then there's shortages in the store because they can't, because the demand in the store is hugely increased, but the farmers can't get it there because they're not set up for it. So.
I don't know what's going to happen next year, so we really have to sit down in November and say, what the heck are we going to do?
We are tired and stressed out, but we don't want to, we don't know how to make it any better.